Man, check out herpes.
There is Sean Taylor, and we talked about this rookie and what a splash he's already made.
He can cover, and can he hit?
Still picked up by the Skins. We haven't heard a whistle yet, and Sean Taylor has gone for the touchdown.
Intercepted. Pass intended for Brandon Lloyd, and it's taken all the way back.
And watch Sean Taylor. When Brett Favre turned that one loose, it looked like it was going to be an easy completion.
That's being ruled a fumble. The scramble for the loose ball. It's in the arms of Taylor. Sean Taylor will glide to the end zone.
Intercepted by the rookie Sean Taylor.
Oh, my. What a display.
Sean Taylor, he does it again. How about that?
That's his fourth takeaway in 2.25 games for the Redskins.
There is Sean Taylor, and we talked about this rookie and what a splash he's already made.
Yeah, man, people ask that question all the time, man. But look, I was born into this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bleed Berkeley and gold. I bleed DC. This is my home. This is my squad. Regardless of all the name changes and all that, man, it's Burgundy and gold for me. It's DC for me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm here, man. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.
Yes, sir. What is cracking like it? Hey, man, like, bro. Can we get another guy like that, Kyle? Is it even possible?
I wish that we could, but unfortunately, players like Sean Taylor don't grow on trees, man. It's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of player.
DT, what does it do to you when you see them highlights of Sean Taylor, bro?
You want to know what's crazy? My first year of watching football was the year Sean Taylor passed away. So, in all honesty, I didn't really get a shot to truly see his career, but I just so happened to watch it when he was having his career year playing free safety. But when I go back and look at the highlights, I just look at a player that currently it's 2025. We still have kids being idolized, still idolizing Sean Taylor. That's how great of an impact he has had. And a part of me regrets that I didn't get into football as early as I could, because this guy was one of the most influential players, not only in the DMV, but just nationally too. And I know we always talked about, when it comes to safety position, like, man, it's been so hard trying to replace him. That's because he's one of one.
Right.
And he had that impact, and it's still an impact to this day.
Yeah, I still think about that blocked field goal return at the end of the Dallas game. I watched that when I was at work. I was a busboy at like a Italian restaurant, and they had a TV up above the bar, and I got yelled at for watching it that day, but I was like, I don't care. I'm going to watch the end of this. And that play, I mean, it just really epitomized what Sean was, where whenever you needed that big-time moment, you needed that big-time play, 21 was coming through for you.
And you just knew it. And that's something that we don't have now. You know what I mean? Like, even when you look at someone like Louvu, who was like a firecracker, all pro, you know what I'm saying? But he's still, like, when I need, like, on 4th and 2, oh, yeah, Jaden about to get this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm highly confident he's about to get the 4th and 2, 4th and 3. But on defense, man, it's been a long time since I said, you know what? It's 3rd and 8. He about to get me one.
The hardest thing I've ever seen was Sean Taylor against the Detroit Lions when that guy was barking at him before the game even started. He was talking a bunch of crap to him, and Sean just sitting there shaking his head. Okay, just looking at him, shaking his head. Literally, kickoff happens, and he just destroyed that dude.
He played on the kickoff, bro.
Dude, They don't grow on trees, man.
Poster King, what's good? Radar's in the building. Poster King, he's why I'm still here as a fan. What's up, Cuddy? Just talking about Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor is the definition of generational. His impact on the game is just special. And like
there is Sean Taylor.
I mean, my goodness, bro.
This rookie and what a splash he's
look how
made.
easy he make it look.
He can cover and can he hit?
My good. You know what? Like a lot of people say he would not have been able to fare in today's NFL. I don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
Like, look what he's using to hit these dudes, bro. It's shoulder pad.
And what a splash he's already made.
Watch.
He can cover.
Look, that's shoulder pad.
Still look. Picked up by the skins. We haven't heard a whistle yet, and Sean Taylor.
I could watch this all day.
All day, bro. All day. Look at this. Just a playmaker, man.
All the way back.
And watch Sean Taylor. When Brett Favre turned that one loose, it looked like it was going to be an easy completion. That's being ruled a fumble. The scramble for the loose
no,
ball.
he just wherever the football was, he was right there, bro.
Yep. To the end zone.
Intercepted by the rookie Sean Taylor.
Oh my! What a display!
That's
Sean
shoulders.
Taylor.
Look,
He
all
does it again.
shoulders.
How about that?
That's
Look,
his
bro.
fourth
Man.
takeaway.
Look,
in
shoulder.
2.25 games for the Redskins.
Man, bro,
There
people
is
say
Sean Taylor. We talked about this rookie.
he wouldn't have made it in today's NFL, bro. No, he would have. He would have absolutely made it in today's NFL.
People talk about how much Sean loved football. Well, I would be willing to bet that Sean would have adapted, you know, regardless of what the circumstances were, would have adapted so you could be able to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go down saying this. The best play, the most manly, crazy human play that Sean Taylor ever did was the fact that when defending his family, he grabbed a machete and went to go defend his family against like multiple people. Like imagine how much of a badass that guy is. And imagine that him standing on the other side of the door and those guys were so scared that they shot through it. Oh my goodness, dude.
Yeah. It was a sad day, man.
Sad. I'll never forget that. Never forget that day. It's cool.
It was a sad day, man. Young kid down at Miami, you know, can get wild down there. You know what I'm saying? Got on the straight and narrow. It's tough, man. Sean was a monster. Sean was the GOAT. What's up, CJ? What's up, gang? Love the show. Appreciate that, man. It might be your first time chatting too, so definitely come back, man. Sean Taco with all shoulder, bro. Technique. Like he absolutely, bro. Even the hit on the punter was a legal hit.
Yeah.
In the Pro Bowl, it was a legal hit.
The only one you could say that was possibly illegal was his hit on T.O. That broke his leg.
That was personal, though.
But we don't need to
that was not personal. Though. Bob Sanders. I mean, a lot of people make, you know, Bob Sanders was really good too.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Reed, like you got them old school safeties, man. But this kid, man, just the impact he had, and he was just hitting his prime. Just hitting his prime, man. It's crazy, man. Oh, sorry to hear that, Cuddy. Yeah, man, we did, man.
We did.
Tarantula. Yeah, man. He used to do that little crawl drink.
Yeah.
That was it, man. But yeah, man. So today we're gonna talk about safeties, man. Oh, I gotta send him the link real quick. We're gonna talk about some safeties. First of all, let's go around the room. Let's start with you, Kyle. What do you think about this safety room that we have currently and who's on the roster currently?
Our safety, I really like our safety room. Obviously, I'm a huge Cam Curl fan, and so departing from Cam Curl, I thought was a very difficult move. I didn't think it was the right one because Cam Curl did a lot in the run game to limit things. I thought that was very necessary, but with Jeremy Chin added, I thought that was a very good combination because Jeremy Chin at times showed the violence that Sean would almost play with, and we also, of course, we have to be able to retain Jeremy Chin. But the moment being, I think Quan Martin really started to blossom at the end of the season. And you really started to see the maturity of him as a safety, being able to read these kind of plays. You could say about Michael Penix's overthrow in the Atlanta game, but that Detroit game, that's just again, that's just somebody seeing the play happen and being in the right place at the right time. And Ed Reed will tell you, doesn't matter how you get the interception, if you're in the right place at the right time, people are going to remember that. And I think Quan Martin is very good in that regard. Didn't see a lot of Dom Hampton. Would have liked to see more of him to be able to see like what the future holds, obviously. But that time will tell with him, of course. I love Jeremy Reeves. I think Jeremy Reeves should return. I just think that he is so important to the team and what he brings here. Percy Butler, that's the big question. He played a lot of games.
I don't think there's no question at all, Cal, but I digress.
Percy, I think Percy, especially that first Eagles game, like that when he let Saquon get that touchdown, like as a safety, you have to understand if you're coming up to make a tackle, you're the last line. You cannot be lazy about it. You can't go in pussyfooting. You got to come in and lay the wood and make sure that guy doesn't keep moving. And he didn't do that.
For sure. I mean, what about you, DT?
The question about the safety room obviously was what they were going to do after getting rid of Cam Curl. So honestly, they replaced him with Jeremy Chin. We definitely didn't miss a beat. Actually, he had his best season since his rookie year at Carolina. Quan Martin, I feel like he was starting to grow week in and week out at the safety position, started to play him a little bit more natural. We know when he was under the last regime, they try to bounce him a lot of spots instead of just trying to find a specific role for him. And I think at that point right there, they started to let him play the deep cover safety. And you start to see him grow, making plays and stuff like that, also on run support. And Jeremy Reeves, we know what he is. He's a special team ace, still a leader on this team. Tyler Owen, one of the guys we talked about last week, definitely showed up and played on special teams. I think the big question mark we've been seeing lately when we talk about financials is what they're going to do with Percy Butler. He's been here for about a couple of seasons, and he's been in the lineups at times, sub packages and things of that nature, but he's never really had that impact or a play that is like, okay, this is the guy we can rely on. So this is why we're up here, we're talking about safeties, and potentially they could be trying to draft another safety to go within that room. But obviously we know with this defense, I think a priority needs to be to re-sign Jeremy Chin, add him back on his defense.
And I completely forgot Tyler Owens, the poster king. My bad, DT. Good job remembering. Tyler Owens is on the team. That kid is going to be a special teams ace. And the big question is, how is he going to be in the starting lineup when it does come to that? Like having Tyler Owens back up Jeremy Chin is a perfect recipe for strong safety. And I think I'm really intrigued to see how he does in the actual on defense and not just on special teams, because he was commanding double teams on special teams. That's hard to do in the NFL as a rookie, but he was proven to be a force. I'm hoping to be able to see that on defense too.
Yeah. Percy is the Luke McCaffrey of the secondary.
Oh, no.
Very nasty work.
Hey, yo.
That is nasty, Cuddy.
Why you got to do Luke like that, man?
Preferred on me either. I like our safety that we have. I think Chen and Martin can grow into a good tandem. Percy, Tyler Owens can take Chen's spot. Welcoming a guest for this Sunday is Smoking Sports. What's up, Smokey? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, man? How y'all feeling this evening, man? My bad on the late pull up. What's up?
It's all good, man. It's all good. Just talking
safeties.
Anticipated. So for me, when it comes to the safety room, I would love. That's why I'm glad we're going through this list that we have today. We have about 10, so we're going to try to get right into it. And I'm sure we missed a couple people, but I want Quan to go back to slot. I want Quan to go on the slot.
Okay.
I think Mikey is a big boy, and I think he can be on the boundary.
Yep.
I think he showed us that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Lattimore, and if you want to talk about possibly DJ Reed, whatever, okay, cool. You could talk about the cornerbacks. Igbo, I want him back as a backup. I think he played that position really well. And to have him on your team makes you better, right? But the safety, like I love Quan, but I think Quan is super aggressive. I think he's best around the football. I think he's best closer to the line of scrimmage. I mean, he comes up and he makes tackles.
Yes, he does.
Now we're gonna ignore the Saquon drink, right? Like we don't know what happened on that play. We're going to ignore the missed tackles on that one. But he comes up, right? And I think he looks for the hit. He looks for the tackle. I think he can get sideline to sideline. I really do. But I just don't think he has that IQ. And not putting him down saying he's not smart, but you have to have a certain IQ to play free safety, and everything should be held in front of you. But for our safeties, for some reason, they were always behind when the ball went downfield. For some reason, and then I just, it's so that's why I want a true ball hawk free safety back there. Smoke, we gonna give you an opportunity to talk about, a little bit about Sean Taylor. That's what we was talking about before you came on. If you want to just say a little bit something about Sean Taylor, and then let us know how you feel about the current safety room.
Oh man, ST. Oh man, I appreciate it, man. ST. Still to this day, my favorite, skin ever, man. And I've been around a while, I ain't one of these young pups, that when he came into the league was barely knowing football. Like, nah, I was, into the adult ages and things of that nature. So I appreciated the greatness while I had it, man. Wish he could have, continued that career, because I think he was on some Hall of Fame trajectory, man. I really do. No one in the game at that time had the range of a Sean Taylor. And that's going to lead me to at least two of the guys we're going to talk about tonight with range. I just love the guy. Sucks his life got cut short, but always will be my favorite Redskin ever, man. Always, always. As far as current safety room, I'm right there with you, Deuce. I want to move Quan down back closer to the line of scrimmage. I want him in that slot role. I want him, because he's an aggressive guy. When it comes to range, when it comes to my safeties, I need at least one to have that sideline to sideline, that get from the middle of the field to the sideline type ability. And I don't think we have that right now. I'm not mad at Quan playing that position, especially knowing that he came in to a regime that didn't know where they wanted to put him. But what we saw in his rookie year playing the slot was pretty solid. What we saw his second season playing, deep safety, was pretty solid. But if I could add one more guy to that room, if Chin size, I wouldn't mind bringing Quan down in that box, man. Yeah. But other than that, I got a priority on re-signing Chin. And, hey, man, everybody else, already spoke on Percy Butler throughout this season. Like, there's nothing else to say, man. I understand, we got people that may like Percy. There's nothing else to say about Percy. You know what I mean? Yeah, they talked about Tyler Owens. He was pretty good on special teams. He was pretty solid. You know what I mean? I believe he got hurt, throughout the season, missed a couple games and stuff like that. But yeah, Percy, I'm not speaking on, man. I understand Dominique Hampton, they drafted. Dominique Hampton was a safety out of college, but due to injury, they really ain't know what they want to do with him. I heard throughout camp that sometimes he was working down with the linebacker, sometimes he's working with the safety room and stuff like that, but due to injury and stuff, man. But I'm pretty solid with Quan, pretty solid if they sign Chin, but just add me one of these guys that I'm really high on, and we'll get to it, though. I appreciate it.
All right, this is one of your guys, Kyle. But before we go, what's the issue with moving Louvu to middle linebacker, Kyle? Real quick.
With Louvu's run fits aren't always the best. And as the middle linebacker, you have to be the quarterback of the defense. And that is one thing that Washington has needed for many, many years, is a leader on defense to put guys in position. When Chase Young and Montez were here, we didn't have that. Having Bobby here kind of gave us that ability, and it really put everyone else in position. I'm worried about, because Frankie is such a fiery, emotional, such a firework of a player. You don't want him to slow down, and him having to be the quarterback of the defense, it would slow his game down a little bit, trying to get everything in order, where you just want him to go out there and play his game. I don't want to overstretch Frankie Louvu. Let's keep him where he is, and let's let him do his thing and wreak havoc. right? The one thing about Quan I would say about moving him to slot, he played slot and outside corner at Syracuse. He did a good job there. Also played safety. My one issue with Quan is in the pros, how is he with his back to the quarterback? Because at safety, he's been watching everything develop in front of him, moving on, coming up, make tackles. But if you have to put your hands on a slot wide receiver, can you turn your hips? Can you go with that wide receiver? Can you stay in his back pocket without being able to look at the quarterback and what's happening, right? And that's my one issue with Quan is he had very good measurables, a very good basically his attributes, his speed, agility was all great. I just and in the NFL, next level going against some of these slot wide receivers where OCs will move their best wide receiver on slot just to get him on Quan and then be able to do things. And that's one thing that we had to take into consideration. I think Noah is very underappreciated. His PFF
I love him. I need him on this team, bro.
And I said to myself, I felt like he was like the Tyler badass of our defense to the point where he was doing such a good job that you weren't really hearing it a lot and he wasn't getting a lot of love, but he was producing at a great level, in my personal opinion.
I agree. That's where I'm at too. Exactly. All right, this is your guy, Kyle. Talk to us about him.
All right, so Hunter Wooler, he's not going to be a guy. We had to pick three, right? One late round, middle round, early round. Hunter, I will say, will be the late round kind of guy. And the reason why I wanted to bring him up, you see what he's doing here. He's cheating up to line of scrimmage, and then you see the range to go make the tackle. That's one thing you get from Hunter Wooler's game is he's going to come up and he's going to make the tackle. And the reason why I'm highlighting him is this season against the run, we were using a lot of two linebackers and multiple safeties and corners, right? At times we were even using three safeties. So that extra safety almost is acting as a slot or a linebacker. And in the run, that can be an issue for you, just big bodies on you. Hunter Wooler showing you what he can do in the run game gives you the ability to have that safety, but also the cushion and the comfort to know that if it's a run play, he's going to come up, put his nose on the football, and be able to nullify something. So if you haven't gotten a safety at all, you're looking to add to that spot, maybe a special teamer to add to the equation, but somebody that could come up in reserve, can help in the run game. We can talk about the deep game and the coverage ability and all that, but late round, I think it's good.
But Georgia Southern looking to tie it, and another interception.
He didn't have many, but kid can play.
But Georgia Southern looking to tie it,
That's against Georgia Southern, though.
Doubling up on the day.
He's got ups. He's got ups.
What you think, Smokey?
Oh man, he was one that I've been knowing about Hunter for a minute, man. But when it comes to this safety, man, I'm looking for that ball hawk, and I understand what Kyle's talking about. He is one heck of. Remember during the season I was talking about run fits, and run fits come from your linebackers, your safeties, your corners, all that stuff, and he's an excellent run fitter, if you ask me. I think he's very smart. He don't mind coming down, putting his head in the muck and things of that nature. But yeah, I liked him. My question to Kyle, what round do you have him going in?
I go off PFF ranking, and they had him right now. His ranking is 219 per PFF. So you're looking at like a 5th, 6th, 7th round type of guy. And that's what I was saying is like almost like a Dom Hampton type of thing, where if you're just needing to add some depth there, like you haven't done it yet, and that's what you want, you need to be able to say, what can he add here? And you can go in saying he's going to help in the run. And that's something that obviously is going to be a concern when you got Saquon Barkley in your division, right? And also the Cowboys.
I like his size too, man. 6'1", 6'2". Yep. About 215-ish. You think he'll be about 220? Yeah, yep. So I like his size. Just keep an eye out on him, like this combine stuff. I would like to see, more of like, broad jumps and shuttles and things of that nature. I want to see how he testing that. But yeah, I had him about 5th, 6th roundish and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm pretty. Hey, I like Hunter, man. Like this dude, like he's a thumper. If you ask me, he's a thumper. He can be a thumper.
They going at it. The chat going crazy about Louisville at middle linebacker.
To answer that, I think he needs to be a specialist. Like, just let him be a specialist. Let him continue to wreak havoc, and find that true Mike. If it's Bobby for another year or whatever, find that true Mike.
Yeah, he's absolutely see ball, get ball type of player. And a see ball, get ball type of player, like they don't have time to be processing stuff for other people.
He's like an angry dog on a chain. And whenever
Yeah.
that game starts, you just take the chain off and say, "Go get him."
Yeah, exactly. All right, DT, your guy RJ Mickens, Clemson, 76 tackles, 2 interceptions. He has great ball skills, but go ahead, DT. I just want to throw that. I did a little bit, DT.
He's good.
For those that don't know, this is Ray Mickens Sr.'s son. So that's where the RJ played in NFL. So he has NFL pedigree. Played at Clemson. We know with Clemson when it comes to defense, he is a very instinctual player. He's kind of a tweener. He's like a zone slot corner / safety. So he has some versatility that can match within our defense. He loves going into between the chief of the defense. He plays special teams. Every year you can see the progression of his statistics has grown. To me, I feel like for him, when you play at Clemson, you play under like Dabo Swinney, they have always consistently produced NFL caliber defenders. So when I watch him, I see the advanced football intelligence in diagnosing screens, draw plays, showing the versatility to play almost any spot. Now, also, we know he plays in the ACC, but regardless, that still has some good teams like a Miami. At one point, Florida State was a solid football team. So he has shown up in some of the bigger games they have played. Now, there are some things that'll probably get to him. Coaching about taking bad angles. He can be a little bit grabby at the top of the route. That's something to be coached up. And of course, when we talk about the limited long speed, that'll be something that'll be checked out. But this is the guy you can definitely get somewhere in between day 3. I have him probably going around the fourth or 5th round. This is a player that can make some plays on special team and probably grow within the defense.
And PFF, his rating for the season, DT, was 17th of safeties out of 912.
Say that again.
That's
his
crazy.
PFF, like how you do a rating for each week.
Yeah.
PFF gives you a rating for each week. His rating from the whole season was ranked 17th out of 912 safeties.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And he's a redshirt sophomore, ain't he? He could go back.
I believe so.
Yeah, he could have gone back.
Yeah. So, but I guess it's too late in the game now. So, hey, man, I do have some notes on RJ.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start with some of these safeties. It's a lot of safeties that's not to the size for me as a safety. When I look for a safety, I'm looking for 6'1", 6'2", and up type guy. These 5'11", 6-foot safeties, barely over 200 pounds, like it just gives me pause. But like I say, some dudes are just ballers, man. That's just one of the negatives I had on him. Also, I say he don't have enough range, but a strength. DT talked about it. He got a very high IQ. You could put him at any safety spot, things of that nature. So yeah, RJ Mickens, like you say, 4th, 5th round. Yeah, I'm right there with you. But he is a third. It's a sophomore, so still some time to grow. Kind of young, and just hope he grow. Get in the right situation. So yeah, that's a good one, DT.
Yeah, I didn't know he was ranked 17th. There, that's one stat Kyle got me on. Dang, I should have went to PFF. I would know. I would have dropped that for y'all.
What's his speed? Unc want to know what's his speed like.
Last time I checked, someone said probably about like 4.5, 4.6.
That sounds about right. This safety class, you're not going to see a lot of crazy speed.
Yeah.
Truth be told, Redskins for life. Appreciate you tapping in. Might be your first time. Continue to chop it up with us. Comment. Dog Tide was good, bruh. Where you been at, man? Hope everything is good. Speed is the name of the game. Cuddy can't. We're gonna get back to that real quick. Speed kills. Bobby not fast enough if they hit us. Oh, they still talk about middle line.
Well, that is true. That is true though.
Yeah, it is. It's
like
true.
30 minutes in the show, bro.
Nah, let them comments keep flowing.
It's so funny though.
So I was talking to on the twats. Cuddy had mentioned about Watson Jr. at Penn State, and I wasn't aware of him because even we was because like in our chat we had like 15, 20 safeties, and he didn't come up. Then when you say he was injured, and I look back, he had the ACL. He wasn't the only safety and cornerback that had early injuries that was projected first round picks. But I know we'll get into it. But Jalen Reed, this is one of Radar's guys, who's also from Penn State. I don't know if any one of you if you got anything on Watson Jr. you want to throw out there real quick, and then we can smoke. You can take Radar's Jalen Reed when anybody want to talk about Winston.
Kevin Winston, he's 6'2", 208 pounds. Senior, of course. I tried to be able to watch him, but the only thing supplied was games that he didn't play in this year. I think he only played in 2 games when he got injured. I would love to see more of him because he has the measurables that you'd want out of a safety. Me personally, if I'm going to have a free safety, I want my free safety to be as tall as possible, like a Sean Taylor type. For some reason, it works really well within football when you have those deep balls and you're not going to have the ability to jump. You need a bigger guy. And so that's where somebody like Kevin Winston, that measurable, that 6'2", is going to be very valuable because like Smoke talked about, the size is not really there in a big abundance, right, in this draft class. And so having that 6'2" right there, that's going to really help his stock.
I like it. What's up, Savon? How you doing, buddy? Gabe Taylor.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The Rice highlights.
Yeah. Jalen Reed. Got anything on Jalen Reed, Smoke?
I haven't even really got to my Jalen Reed yet, so you can go ahead and get to that one because I'm very intrigued about Kevin Winston because I like size. Kevin Winston, I know he was hurt this year, but last year he put on some good film. So I advise if people want to look at Kevin Winston to go look at last year's film because he's pretty solid. But Jalen Reed, I'll pass on this one.
Yeah, and we're talking about who is obviously the better player. Winston is the better player based on the makeup and stuff. I think the injury kind of threw us off when it happened because I forgot he declared for the draft. I was going to be honest with you, but he's a talented player. He has the size that Smoke is talking about, can play all 3 spots, including the deep safety spot. I just think the only thing about him, and this is just typical for younger guys, like when you're aggressive, sometimes you can overrun the play. So that's probably one of the biggest things I've seen for him. You got to go back and look at his 2023 season when he had a ridiculous season. Let me go ahead and put the stats. Had up here 60 tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss, 2 fumble recoveries, interception, 5 pass deflections. All Big Ten honorable mention as well. So talented player. I don't even think, honestly, the Nationals are really talking about him as well.
Yeah. I don't think so either. That's why he didn't come up when we were talking about it. Like, I don't even know where he's ranked.
It's weird. Jalen Reed is even listed as safety, like for PFF and others, which is weird.
Yeah, because he's always around the football.
And same thing with Jade Barron, who's listed as a safety by Pro Football Network, but PFF has him at corner, which is just depending on how they want to use him when they do get him.
Actually, let's go to him next. Let me see. Yeah, 67 tackles, safety, fumble recovery, 5 interceptions. So, what do you guys think about Jade Barron? And that's the thing is like safe, and that's the thing that I was talking about with Fuanga when I was talking about the 49ers, who I call Jumanji. Is like you think he only plays around the football and around the line of scrimmage in the box. But in actuality, the last 3 years, he's played more free safety than he has around the box. I mean, by a huge margin. And you wouldn't even think that. So is this guy, Jade Barnes, similar to that type of, where you can put him at as far as, is he a box guy? Is he more of a free safety? Because that's what I'm looking for, a true free safety. Go ahead, Kyle.
Okay, you're good. So PFF has listed his snap counts and where he aligned. So in 2022, he had 382 snaps in slot. That was the majority. The majority for 2023, again, was the slot, 389 snaps there. In 2024, he had 679 snaps at outside corner, 142 in the box, and only 15 at deep. And the box safety aspect is similar. It's 154 in 23 and 179 in 2022. So the real big crazy part of this is this year he played at outside corner, and he's being talked about as possibly being a first-round corner being selected. And so it doesn't matter where he can be added anyway. He's almost like Quan Martin in a way, but Quan Martin was majority at safety his senior year, whereas Jahdae Barron gets moved to outside corner and does a fantastic job, does an elite level type stuff. This guy allowed a passer rating this year of 34.2 with 5 interceptions, only allowed 37 receptions for 284 yards with 541 coverage snaps, with an overall grade from PFF as a 90.7. And we're talking about a Texas team that went against some high caliber opponents this year and some pretty good quarterbacks. So JD Barron was my top on the list because PFN has him listed as safety. PFF has him listed at corner, but I just think given with his widespread work, I think that he could be placed anywhere, to be honest with you. And I wanted to include him in here because I think that he's one of my favorites in this draft class.
So truth be told, Smoke said he's like a Brian Branch prototype.
Hey, that's so that hey, listen, this year I watched Jahdae a lot. Like Kyle just said, he played a lot outside this year. I think he's a corner, man. I really do. I think he proved this year that, he has the speed, he has the hips and everything to, I'm not going to say shadow a guy, but, to put him out there, you won't feel embarrassed if he's out there on the island or whatever it is. He has great ball instincts. He actually runs routes for these receivers sometimes, man. So I think this is going to be a surprise to people when he get drafted, and they may play him outside a little bit. Brian Branch would be a nice comp if he plays more like slot and things of that nature, slot free safety or whatever it is. But I got him moving to the outside, man. But I may be a little wrong. He's about Mikey size, that 5'10" is 5'11", a little bit right there around 200 pounds.
He plays tall though.
Yeah, he does. He plays
very big. He plays real
plays
tall.
big too. Mikey
he
plays
does.
big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that would be right now like kind of my comp for Jahdae, man. I think he's going to be ended up outside of the NFL.
So Dog Tie say Texas have hybrid safeties that can play both.
Andrew Makuba as well is who he's referring to, which Andrew Makuba has some of the best instincts that I've seen anybody have as a safety. Jahdae Barron, his best game of the year to Jeff Robinson, I think that's coach on there, his best tape put on the Georgia tape. I think he had 2 interceptions in that game, and that was probably his best game of the year. Just speaking of the level of competition that Texas was going against and only allowing a passer rating of 34.2, it just speaks to how he played.
I like this guy.
Dude, he's good, man, and he's not going to get out of the first round.
I like this guy.
Oh yeah, he's first round material, man. Like he's
like Witherspoon.
Yeah, he's good. Man. Oh, that's another one. That's another one.
I love Dalvin Witherspoon.
It's crazy though because dude is a first round player, but when you look at just some people who do mock drafts, they'll always skip over him, and I'm like, what is they don't like about this dude? Is a ball player. Wow.
Well, especially with like the NFL right now, with how many wide receivers they have, DT, to your point, and like how many superstars there are, you always need a good corner, and somebody's going to be needing it.
This kid is all over the football, bro.
Yep.
We need playmakers, man.
They just had him at middle linebacker on that play. You see that?
They do the same thing with Andrew Makuba. You'll see him lined up in the box as well, right next to the linebackers in those kind of dime sets. And dude, that defense was phenomenal this year.
They got ball players all over them.
Yeah.
This is crazy. All right, Cal. Elijah Clark.
Elijah Clark from Syracuse, 6'1", 187 pounds, a senior. His PFF ranking was 596 out of 912, which is not great. But a lot of guys in this class are listed above him are not very good tacklers. Like Bowman, for instance. I didn't like Bowman's film at all. I thought he had very poor tackling. But with Clark, you don't have that. Clark comes up and makes some very good plays. He plays the safety position with a thump. He plays it with a physicality that you don't really see. Like somebody like Nick Amarari, the safety who's like 6'3" from South Carolina, he almost plays safety like Emmanuel Forbes, where it's like he's not really a dog looking to eat something. It's much more so if I have to get involved, I will. Whereas Clark comes up saying, where's the water? I'm going to go get it. I don't care where it is. I'm going to go get it. And that's why I like this guy in particular. That Syracuse defense has some pretty good ball players on that side of the ball. And I think it starts with Clark here. Obviously a little undersized, but he could be moved all over. He could be used in the slot, used in help and run support. But he's a dog, man, and he's somebody that wants to get his face into the dirt, and that's what you want out of a safety. Somebody commented earlier, you need a safety with a few screws loose, and that's definitely what Elijah Clark fits into.
Let me ask a question, because if I'm not like just me watching, some Syracuse games, I got a good buddy of mine. His son is going there next year, so I would tune into their games this year. And I understand, the quarterback, Kyle McCord may not be there next year, stuff like that. But because my man's son played receiver. But does it make a difference? I believe Syracuse plays a lot of zone. Would that worry you about an Elijah Clark, like, come and say to the Commanders? Which, we tend to mix it up and things of that nature. Are you worried about that with safety position? Like, man, how we say, oh, he's a zone corner or a man corner. Is it like something said about safeties in that manner, Kyle?
That wouldn't really deter me, because like what they want to do with them overall with their defense is different than what we have, right? And so maybe just not being asked to do it doesn't mean he's not good at it, right? It's just we could also tap into that. But like I kind of been wrestling with this, trying to get better at just like looking at players, right? Like what I've been trying to learn from last year. And the one thing from last year's draft class I think that I learned is like you have to go in with really good traits, right? And like you can't just go in and say this is what they did in college and this is how they're going to look in the NFL, because in college they're playing with high confidence, they're comfortable, they have people that believe in them a lot. When you get to the NFL, you have to start from the bottom. You don't have that confidence, you don't have that comfort, right? And so you have to rely on traits and what do you do well. And with Elijah Clark, him being able to come up and lay the wood in the run, be able to be pretty good on the ball and be a smart ball player on that Syracuse defense that was used all over. I like what he brings to the table in terms of being that middle round kind of safety, somebody that can make something happen for you. I like him. I like him.
All right, DT. I saw this picture. I was like, hold up. Is this like true swag, or he's just just happened to do that one play? Tell us about Lathan Ransom.
Both of those safeties are good. Good job, DT.
Yeah. All right. So Lathan Ransom, obviously, when you look at the tape, you're automatically going to scream Jeremy Chin clone. So with Lathan, he played 5 years at Ohio State. He started out as a corner into the safety position. Very productive, played in multiple defenses, and he is the tone setter.
It's like this dude is everywhere, man.
He's a tone setter. And
him and Jordan Hancock, dude, they were very good.
Yeah.
And to see like where are they projecting him at? Because somebody, I would love to have a Ransom on my team. I would love it.
Day 3. Easy enforcer to go with a guy who's going to go in the first round next year in Caleb Downs.
Oh, I like this guy.
6'1", 210 pounds.
When we looking at these day 3 guys, special teams is vital, man. How many of these guys are going to come in and contribute? Like,
wait a minute, look at his closing speed.
Hey man, this dude is good. I'm telling you,
man.
You can put on the Notre Dame game, man, national championship, and you gonna see him, man. Like It's crazy. But like I was just saying, like day 3 guys, man, contributed on special teams. You need those fast guys, you know what I mean, in this new style of special teams that's going on and stuff like that. So a guy that played 4 years and stuff like that on special teams, I don't mind, man.
That's one hell of a play.
I don't know, man. I like it. Somebody asked about the combine. I think it starts Wednesday.
Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday.
27th. Yeah, 27th.
Players and stuff already got down there. Was it today?
Mm-hmm.
Him.
Yeah, not that Rose Bowl game. Woo.
Oh, people love this play. Oh my goodness.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I like that kid. I gotta watch some more on him.
You know that Joe Witt would love him too.
Oh my goodness. Somebody said, look, pay the ransom. Oh yeah, we already ran. Oh yeah, we locked in.
These are Ohio State fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Pay
That's
the
true.
ransom.
Wait till we get to my
That's
guy.
true.
Yeah, I'm gonna show him my guy.
Hey Kim, how are you? He finds the crease, which generally isn't a defensive statement, bro. He played that joint real well.
Rough fits, man. That's what you need.
He played that joint really, really well. All right, let's go to Watts.
Oh, hey, whoa, hey,
that's
hey,
the guy.
There we go.
hey. Now we're talking. Let me pull it. Oh, you can't see it. I got the background. Oh my. Hey, Kyle, you want to start it? I want to hit Kyle breakdown. Then I'm gonna get my breakdown.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the play of Andrew Makuba that I can't remember which game it was he had to pick on to show his instincts. But yeah, dude, Xavier Watts, he is the 2nd overall rated safety by PFF, 42 overall prospect in the draft, 6 foot, 203 pounds, a senior. His rating was 6th out of 912 safety prospects by PFF throughout the season. The kid can play, and there's a reason why he has a C on his chest. He's a playmaker. He comes up. He makes very good tackles. Notre Dame's defense is something that, you can be very confident in whenever you do get a defender. It's almost like their offensive line. But this is a guy that you're adding into the equation that with that captain patch on his chest, you know that he's going to come in prepared. Going to Notre Dame, it's not a place that you can go in and slack off or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Xavier Watts, you could say, was almost like the heartbeat of that defense. And that's somebody you could feel very comfortable with going in and grabbing.
Hey,
Dustin said, "Are we talking safety?" As for me, it is free safety is Dustin. Some maybe not. Yeah. Wait a minute. What? Look. Wait a minute. When Notre Dame start allowing players to look at the other team's sideline?
Come on, man.
Like what is happening here?
Sideline, Marcus Freeman on the other sideline. We got
Come
swag.
on, man.
We got a little dog.
It's when Shane Gillis blew up. That's when they started doing that.
This ain't your Rudy Notre Dame, bro. Like, you see where he taking it from. This is 100. He took that thing 100, bro.
Look how you look at the sideline.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You see the other 2 dudes clapping it up? Yeah. Yep.
Give me that.
Mm-hmm. That's a playoff game right there against Indiana. Yeah.
Notre Dame got some dudes, man.
Now that's a play right. Can you go back to that? That's a freaking play right there.
Yeah. Look, he read.
Look how he reads that. Boom.
Let's go.
That's a play.
You want to talk about a ball hawk? This is your ball hawk.
Yes, Lord.
13 interceptions over the last 2 years. 83 tackles this season. He had 6 interceptions this year. 7 last year. This is a true ball hawking safety. You can play him
DT, what
anywhere.
Is this? What is this? Is that a catch? Wait a minute. Is that a catch?
Come on, dudes. Come on, dudes.
Is that a
my
catch?
man. This is my man.
Hey, look. Tell him, Smoke. This dude was a former wide receiver. He was a wide receiver, and they converted him to a safety. And you see the ball skills automatically. 13 interceptions.
Shut up.
Hey, look at that. Yeah.
What was that?
Wait a minute.
I think it was actually like 102.
Wait a minute.
Hey, man, he reminded me of a safety from Miami. That's
wait a minute.
This is my man right here, you know.
What?
Like,
Dude, can we just highlight the jump? Look at he's falling backwards and just
yeah, he tried to get it back to his teammate. That's IQ, man. Like I know I'm going out of bounds. I don't have a change. That's my guy. That's who he is. That's my guy. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. Like this dude, ball skills. He got great range. You can play him anywhere from the safety positions down to the slot. He don't mind coming up hitting, but he's just a natural ball hawk.
Yeah. What round is he projected?
Man,
he's
listen,
42nd overall, so second round.
Yeah. And to be honest, before college football playoffs started, he was a first round projected guy. I don't know what things done changed or whatever it is, but I'm like, man, if you could get this guy, I'm gonna say anywhere from 30 on later, like 30 to basically 42, you're gonna be happy. Even if you get him in the first round, you're gonna be happy with an Xavier Watts. I love guys that are coached by former pro coaches. Our defensive coordinator just went back to the NFL. He's the D coordinator now for the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm telling you, man, like Xavier Watts is one of them ones, bro. Like ball hawk for sure, man. So
DT
that's
said
my take
chill
on
out with
guy,
the Miami
man.
safety talk.
Hey,
what's up, Will? Everyone looks like him and Kyle. Will, don't be hating on our excitement.
I know. Come on, Will. Let us hype these guys up, man.
What it do, Glenn? What quarterback did he play? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Bottom of the first, probably. I say he's higher than Starks. We're going to get in Starks next.
I disagree.
Kim said he's nice. Starks is way overrated. He's not even in my top 4. We got some beef.
Starks is legit.
He drops when he played against higher ranked quarterbacks. Oh, what you know?
Hold on.
What's up, Chase?
What higher ranked quarterbacks? Give me that answer because I
played
heard
against
all
Caleb
year,
Williams.
Notre Dame ain't played against nobody. And if you go back to the film last year, you know what I mean, when Caleb Williams was out there, go check out that film. So don't give me that, man. Don't give me that because according to this season, we ain't played nobody.
Look at some of these plays you just don't make the stat. Just don't it doesn't make.
I think this is a good representation, like seeing just how thick he is. Like that's what you want out of a safety. Somebody that has that ability to go sideline to sideline.
Who's number 8?
Big dude.
Get number 8 off my page.
No. Don Shula will be a first round pick in 2 seasons. He's a redshirt freshman.
We ain't ready yet.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Look at this play though, bro.
Our safety play was elite this year.
Cut number 8.
That is insane. And he's no small dude.
No.
Look how you look at the side. Yeah.
He's only 6 foot, 203 pounds. Like he plays big.
Yeah. I like him.
This is like when I originally started watching.
Oh my goodness, bro.
I didn't think the safety class was all that great when initially watching, but there are plenty of guys here that can help your football team out. And Xavier Watts is another one of those that you would imagine Joe Witt is like, I can work with that guy.
Cuddy said he had Caleb in the blender.
Yep. I think wasn't that Caleb's like worst game?
Yeah, it's one there. Everybody talked about a Notre Dame game. Everybody talking about a Notre Dame game. What's up, Deontay? How you feeling, man? They saying something smoke. Notre Dame play nobody. Stock has height too and will tackle. He dropped when he played in the playoffs in the eyes of the evaluators. Look at we are here. What's up, Slim? Stocks isn't a better tackler than Winston.
MMA football, yeah.
Smoke talking about Notre Dame is high energy. Yeah, what's up? Be clear. I think Stark is good, but I like Watts a lot more. All right, Starks, Malachi Starks.
One of these Malachis is not doing too well, but I'll let Kyle go.
Malachi Starks, he's rated as the top overall safety, 6th overall in draft prospects by PFF. But rating, he was rated 119th of 912. He's 6'1", 205 pounds. He's not scared of contact. He's a playmaking kind of safety, very good on the ball, I would say. And that's something that you need to be able to do at his size. And playing safety, being able to come up and make plays on the ball is not something that comes up a lot. but when you see it, you do make notable of it. If you're asking like in terms of playmaking and everything like that, just making the ball happen, I'm not sure Malachi Starks is going to be your guy. But if you're talking about adding somebody in who could contribute day one and be a starter for you, and you could feel really good about a multitude of spots, it's Malachi Starks. And I don't think there's any argument about it. I like the other guys like Xavier Watson and everything, but I just think I think Malachi Starks is going to be somebody you could feel very confident in starting on day one.
Yeah, he's the better of the two Malachis by far. Malachi Moore had a bigger name coming in. And I don't say bigger name, but like that this dude is good.
He got some good hips.
Yep.
My goodness.
He's certified 4-3.
For real?
He's certified 4-3, bro. Certified.
I was about to ask about that, cuz you got look at that. That's defense, bro.
He's certified, y'all.
That's defense.
Put the man outside.
Well, look at the hips on that. Look at the hips on that play. Go back to that. Sorry. Look at the hips on this play.
Look how fluid he is, bro.
Look at that.
Look how fluid he is. So he's a safety, not a corner?
Yes,
I think that's the underrated thing of his game. When he's able to play one-on-one coverage, you can't tell if he's a corner or a safety.
This is insane.
Because typically they'll say if you don't have good hips as a corner, they force you to go to safety.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude is a safety with that good of hips.
Great hips.
Which is pause, but you know.
This is crazy. And look what he's doing with the wheel routes. Like the wheel routes ain't doing nothing to him. He's on people's hips.
He's by far the
Just Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think it's clear cut that he's the number one guy in the class. No disrespect to the commenters. I'm just saying.
Yeah. He and I love his size, 6'1", 205, man. Like I like
4-3 speed.
Yes, he's certified 4-3. Like he gonna drop probably like a 4.38 at the combine, Like
look at his
they say
mouthpiece.
he done ran a 4.35. So
look at his mouthpiece. Look at his mouthpiece. Look at that. Look at the look at the swag right here. The look, yeah. I
like
need
him.
dude like I think I was Cuddy earlier. Like I need dudes. They got all the screws. At safety, man. A free safety, man. What round y'all think if we do go safety? I don't know if they will. I think they like everybody. I think especially if they re-sign Chin. I don't know if we're going to go out there starting tight end. What you think, DT?
Talking about drafting a safety, right?
Yeah, as far as us drafting a safety.
I mean, shoot, you never know what AP, man. Shoot, last year we were screaming to take offensive line. We took Johnny Newton, and he was a 15th overall player ranked on their board. So whatever is best at those spots, man. So like you gotta get the team better.
Mm-hmm.
Like they use him a lot of star.
I would say 61 or 79, like whichever way they feel. Whatever they do at 29, 61 or 79 is open if you ask me, depending on like best available and stuff like that. And for some reason, like we'll talk about that when we get to this guy's name. I'll talk about it.
One commenter talked about being a Georgia fan. They used him a lot in slot. That is a commonality you're going to see with all of these safeties. Is like it almost seems like football now with DBs. It's becoming that all 6 DBs or 5 DBs can be interchanged. They can be moved around, brought down into the slot on tight ends or possibly running backs, wide receivers, but also being able to play deep. You're going to see these guys move up and down a lot. It doesn't mean that that's strictly where they're going to be at, but you can see the variety in which that you can use him, and the hips by itself will just show you the range that he could possess as a free safety.
Oh, that was Vito said loose screws to play safety because Watts doesn't have cornerback in his game, which as a prospect is Starks going higher with his versatility. Bro, that dude could check bro. Yeah, you can use that dude all over the field, bro. He could check anybody. 6'1".
This one scout said rare combination of track speed and valid physicality shows up in his tackling.
Yep.
So you don't really see a guy that's a burner and got physicality with him. So Yeah, he's pretty solid, man.
Clear cut one, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, oh my goodness. Hey, I hold my words on this guy because I need y'all to do the research on it.
DT, Malachi Moore.
Yeah, Malachi Moore, dude is an old head by our standards. Played a lot of football at Alabama.
He a super senior?
Oh, he a super senior. Had a couple of injuries, kind of set him back and stuff, but he's playing that what Kyle talked about, that inside slot safety role, show versatility. You know, when you play for Alabama, you know Nick Saban's going to get on you. So he's definitely a leader on that defense. And I think with some of the injuries he's had, it's kind of taken away his speed a little bit. But he's very instinctual, very smart, high character. He is the quarterback of that defense for Alabama. Get guys to the right place. And he still has some playmaking ability, understanding route concepts, getting to the flats, covering deep, getting in the box.
That's a good play right there.
Yeah, so this is a guy that, while he's probably won't be the same guy as he got there, he can still be a contributor to some sub packages.
It's a great play.
That's a great play right there.
I think he needs a longer towel.
What's your problem with him, Smokey?
This dude been in college since I was a freshman in high school. I'm 42.
Man, he's been there for a long time.
Yeah, he been there, man. But he kind of light in the rear end, if you ask me, man. I understand we watching some good plays. These are highlights and stuff like that. But I'm trying to figure out what safety position he's going to play. I hope somebody try to play. I don't know, man. I'm not going to use the 5 years of experience against him. I just like Malachi Stock.
How old is he, though?
Man. I think he's 24. Let me double check. Hold on, I got it right here. Let me see. How old is he? I thought I had it. I think he's 23, 24. I thought I had it. I don't have
Brown
it.
Jada's that's how long he been in college.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think that was 9 players that we kind of pulled out. But I know I know Smoke has one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Smoke. Let's talk about that. Anyone else in the chat, if it's somebody that we didn't mention real quick, we'll probably go like another 5 minutes, something like that. Go ahead, put in the chat, and we will, take a quick longer time. Okay. Take a look. He looked like a younger Minka. Malachi's overrated. 5 years work for our quarterback. Come on, Smokey. He'd be 24 in September.
All right.
Another COVID kid. COVID kid is crazy.
The one I did want to talk about was Nick Newman-Rory. Because, depending on who you talk to, they give you mixed reviews. It even happened in spaces and stuff like that. But you cut his film on, man, and especially throughout the years, you're gonna be very impressed with the growth of his game, man. I came in the show talking about I like rangy safeties, 6'3", basically like 225, man. This dude got speed, like let me look at my notes. He got speed and size. He's a very big hitter, and he can match up with tight ends. And the only thing that I could find negative is the hips. That's the only thing I could really find negative with Nick Newman-Rory. I don't understand why now if I'm looking at people draft boards 1.0, 3.0, 6.0, whatever it is, some people have him dropping. Some people have him dropping for a reason. But I think he's the best safety in this class, man. I really do. I like his size. I think you can be versatile with him. This guy has played in the box. He was a linebacker.
Great ball skills.
He was a linebacker.
Very good on the ball.
Yes, look how tall that dude is, man.
What's his weight, Smokey?
Huh?
What's his weight?
Like
he's 227 is what it's listed on PFF.
Yeah.
He's a big dude, and like that was my big.
Man, look at this stride. Wait a minute.
I watched that game live. That's against LSU, right? That was against LSU. I watched that joint.
He could take him to the house too. Let me look at this real quick, Kyle. Play after this. Look at that stride down the sideline. Yeah, he ain't got real good hips. He was struggling getting back.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the one issue that you have with him playing safety. There were some times where he got passed up, where he just, getting somebody running by him deep, right? And obviously doesn't have the hips to be able to recover, right, because of how big he is. But with the weight, with the height, that is what you want. Like when you think about like Cam Chancellor, that's what you want out of that size, right? That you want that Cam Chancellor type. But honestly, I didn't get the big hitter vibe from Nick. And it didn't, like, the way I put it is like on a play-by-play basis, do you come in with that tenacity? Or is it like there's every once in a while type things? Like, I don't really get that vibe. Like, I honestly got the vibe of like Emmanuel Forbes from him in the way that he played, and not so much of like a
trigger,
trying to find contact, but like just being like, okay, I'm okay with sitting this one out kind of thing. And I like
the
his
big hitter part, Kyle, for me. I'm not bad to cut you off. Was when I think it was not this past season before last. They had him playing a lot of like linebacker. It looked like he was playing linebacker, but it could have been a big nickel, a big down package that South Carolina may run. And he was down in the box. And I'm a real big guy on, can you fit this run, especially against our team, because our 2D tackle sees possibly the most duos, throughout the league for real. That's what it seemed like. And it just seemed like that second and third level isn't there. But when he played in that box, he wouldn't mind coming up with his physicality, man. So that's just me. This year, I didn't see it that much. This year, it looked like he was kind of working on a craft of showing that I could play different safety positions and stuff like that. So that's what I saw.
The way y'all talking and the way when I'm looking and some of these quarterbacks he's playing against, it look like he'll flourish against bottom 15 quarterbacks for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was like one clip you showed
matchup type.
That he picked off. But if it was an elite quarterback, they would have been through that ball and he was beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I say he got bad hips, man. He does, man. But he 6'3", 225, 227, whatever it is. I love them type of guys, man.
Was he invited to the combine?
Yeah, he's invited, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything as far as like participation or whatever. But a lot of these guys gotta participate, man. I don't like this, man.
He was rated by PFF as 97th out of 912.
That's crazy. Yeah, he's a baller, man.
It's like his size. You want to see more. Like it's almost like with his size, you want to see a certain type of play from him. Is I guess the best way to describe it.
Because he has crazy ball skills. Like
yes, on the ball, dude. He's very good on the ball. I will put that in there. That's
crazy
I took away from him.
Agree with that.
Dog Tie. Just safeties. Last week was the first show of the season, and we did quarterbacks and kickers. Yes, kickers. Go check the show out. Ryan Fitzgerald. I'm drafting a kicker in the 7th round.
One guy I wanted to bring up just real quick before we wrap up is D. Ricky Wright from Vanderbilt. He is literally the last safety listed by Pro Football Focus. He's 6'4", 229 pounds.
How you spell his name, Kyle?
D. Ricky, D-E-R-I-C-K-E-Y, Wright with a W. And
let me get him. D. Ricky. Yeah, I like that name. Let me get him.
So he was ranked. Right now, he's ranked by Pro Football rated as 164th out of 912. And you're talking about that late round guy, that very, very late. We have 3 7th round picks. This is somebody that fits the size of what Dan Quinn and Joe Witt like out of their DBs. And I think that this is somebody that getting their hands on with him late in the round, you're going with a flyer. I would really be happy with somebody like D. Ricky Wright, who obviously with Vanderbilt, it's not going to be talked about a lot about his play, but that's somebody you could walk away from and be cooking with gas, so to speak, with this coaching staff.
We got a comment, Dante Trader Jr., Terps.
Yeah, that's one of my guys too.
I can't find any Maryland film. Can you send it to me?
He's solid. I watched Merlin a lot. He's solid, man. He's a day 3 guy.
Played lacrosse at Maryland as well.
Oh, did he really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Played lacrosse.
Oh man,
smart player. I feel like for him, he's the type of guy you could take a risk on because every year you see his production rise, and he could have a higher ceiling than what everybody expected him to be.
5'11", 202 pounds.
Yep.
If you look at real quick, can you search Andrew Makuba? Can you look up his pick versus Georgia? Let me look it up. Andale.
I can't find nothing for Maryland. Dante Trailer. What's up, Pop? What's up, George? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, we did, Nick. That loss to Philly really hurt me, but I'm really looking forward to the all season. Come on, Pop. It's been a month, Pop. Come on, Pop. I feel you, buddy. You haven't looked at St. That's out there. Look at it. It's a priority. I think it is, man. Like, look, man. Only a few positions that I'll be surprised that we pick early. One of them, day 1, day 2 picks, bro, and that's probably quarterback. To be honest, I mean, what position would be a surprise that they'll go day 1 or day 2 to y'all? I mean, that's the only position I can really think of, to be honest, is quarterback.
I think running back should be added to that.
Mm-hmm. Running back? You don't think they'll go running back?
Well, the only reason I say that is
surprise
because there's a lot of amount of running backs in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the needs and what this team overall needs, a lot of positions to be added. Is it smart in a running back heavy draft, if you don't have a lot of top 100 picks, to use one of them on a position that has a plethora of talent in it? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Depending on how they board look.
When we pick at 79 so far before any trades, don't we got like our next pick ain't to like 130 something, right?
Yeah, the 5th, because we don't have a 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Upton Stout.
Yeah, I think that quarterback will be the only position that'll surprise me day 1, day 2. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're doing that. I could see them adding another tight end. I really could, man. Like,
yeah, that wouldn't.
Yeah,
I hate it though. I hate it though, man. I just think, man. I think Snats is. I think he's legit, man. We pulled him out last year. We watched him a lot on here. I'd be disappointed. I think that's one of the. They go tight end day 1, day 2. I'd be disappointed. Upton Stout. Anybody know Upton Stout safety?
Upton Stout.
I tried to watch on him. He's ranked 159th overall. He's 5'9", 182 pounds, a redshirt junior. Ranked overall by PFF is 39 of 912. I wish I could say more about him, but anytime I looked up Western Kentucky, I couldn't find anything on it, just like Maryland. I've been trying to watch these games. I just don't have the ability to. So he's one of the guys I wasn't able to actually watch. But those are his stats.
I forgot. So I don't think CeeLo. I don't think he saw the episode last week. You know, he got PTSD when you talk about specials. Yeah, CeeLo, man. We got Ryan Fitzgerald, or the kicker from Miami, right? What is his name? Augrelis. Bro, I'm picking them dudes, especially the kicker from FSU. I'm getting them with a 7th round pick. But I think we're gonna have 3 of them, or 1 in the 6, 2 in the 7, however they do it. But one of the last 50 picks, I'm picking the kicker.
That mock we did together the other day, where I was doing it on my janky app, he ended up going like the 4th pick in the 6th round. Fitzgerald. I think Fitzgerald, right?
Yeah. I think he goes. Yeah, man. I'm picking him, bro. Hey, what do you guys think about giving Simmons a shot? You know, the player from Clemson a few years back, but never really panned out.
Isaiah.
he's more of that. Like you got to put him in right situation. Like you got to have him see ball, get ball. Like you can't have him dropping.
We can't have too many of those in the box, bro.
Can't have him with a green dot. You know what I mean, stuff like that. And I feel like we got a better Simmons already signed for at least another 2 years in Louisville. So
Louisville, yeah, I agree.
Hey, dude,
you'll be surprised for wide receiver. Go ahead, Kyle.
I'm about to send you this link in our chat here.
Okay.
So if you go to this and go to 30 seconds, that's the play that I'm referring to with Andrew Makuba, which kind of really just shows the instincts and playmaking ability of him. And I think that he's somebody, that Texas defense, man, they were just so damn good.
I'm gonna get past these ads. Safety would shock me. It wouldn't shock me. Yeah, maybe.
Tight end.
Tight end would definitely be surprised. For sure. I mean, not a surprise, but I'll be hurt.
Surprise to me.
Huh?
I say interior O-line would be a surprise if they went day 1, day 2 with that interior O-line.
Yeah, I think it'd be I wouldn't be too surprised. Like a lineman, period.
Yeah, like if they get a tackle that's a tackle, but everybody projects them to play guard, okay, I understand. But if it's just a straight, like, think of a guard, which he not going day 1, day 2, but Willie Lampkin or Willie Lampkin, North Carolina.
Now, a bad pick is be upset. Like that could be any position.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if they go linebacker. But again, a lot of this really depends on free agency. Go ahead, DT.
So I was going to ask you, like, when it comes to tight end, would you be more disappointed if it was like day 1, day 2?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because like,
okay,
I don't know what happens with snaps because I think they really like Bates. I think Bates is a commander for life. I think he's one of those guys that they talk about being a commander where you don't see a lot of it.
They got to re-sign him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, see, he's a free agent too. So like, I'd be surprised if they draft a tight end at all, man. I guess it depends how they feel internally about Senate.
Yeah. I feel like if they want to go all in and give him the necessary opportunity to showcase himself, in my opinion, it would hurt, but you probably wouldn't re-sign Bates. We know how important Bates is as a blocker, but if Senate can provide the same impact and even be better and get some opportunity to receive a game, then that's when it's like, okay, we can let Bates go, but we still could probably address tight end somewhere later. Like, well, I'm not going to say some of the names because there's a guy that I love that nobody ain't talking about.
It's okay, Pop. Let it go.
The draft or what? DT?
Draft
later. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Cuddy. We ain't gonna have a first round pick. That's not gonna be gone.
Hey, you got that queued up yet?
Yeah, I got you. Unc, stop being I guess.
Stop being
defensive tackle. Yeah, we're gonna get the D tackles soon. You can never have too many big guys that can run and catch. Linebackers I like in 4. We didn't get the linebackers yet. Stop cheating. Yeah, he played well this season, but I don't know how he did. Okay, you talking about the other guy. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. What's up, Dave? How you feeling, man? Yeah, Mukamba is nice. Oh yeah, we can pull him up too. Oh, let me get it up. There you go, right here. Hold up, let me see.
So if you go to like 28 seconds, it shows the whole play.
All right.
And like this is my kind of play right here. Yeah, internet slow.
Oh, this might get funny. It might get funny.
All right, so it's the next play after this.
All right, I gotta hurry up and get this one.
Yo, the white YouTube is killing me, dog.
It is. Watch this. So he's down there at the bottom left.
Bang!
Play that again from
That's
the beginning.
Play.
So if you watch it from the beginning right here, he's at the left. You see the crosser come across the top of the screen. He reads that the whole way.
That's sick.
So he's over here on the left. Here. Yep. He reads the crosser coming across the middle of the field, seeing the quarterback's face mask, goes that way. Not only has the ability to tip it, but
that's elite work
on the ground. That's
elite work.
Yep.
That's elite work for sure.
I thought that was such a great play that I had to bring it up.
Yeah,
dude.
that's
I did like his
work.
film.
Let me see if I can find something on Twitter too. A 4-3 off ball line might be a bit of a surprise day one. Yeah, man. Like we just don't the whole 4-3, man. I want the Ozzy will trade down. Like if we don't trade, if we don't use that first round pick for a trade, what's the percentage 1 out of 10 we go around the room before we get out of here? Smokey, you think we'll trade back?
Percentage.
And everybody in the chat, 1 out of 10, if we don't trade the first round pick, what 1 out of 10, with 10 being we move back, where are you that we'll move that pick?
Move back, I'm more 10%. 10% moving back.
Okay. You see, 10, 1 out of a 10 out of 10?
Oh no, I thought you said percentage, so my bad. Like
my bad.
I'm at like
1 out of 10. 1 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm at like a 2. I say a 2. I'm at a 2 of trading back.
Okay. Kyle?
I would say it's probably around a 4 or 5. And I don't think it's based on what we would do. It's based on if somebody would be willing to come up to 29. And I think the big cog in it, which actually goes to Washington's advantage, is if you like that quarterback class. If the quarterback class isn't great, but it still has somebody that like somebody believes in, like a Sanders or something like that does fall to that, they might be willing to trade up into the first to get that 5th-year option. And if that is the case, then I think Washington pulls the trigger. But I don't know if there's going to be a team out there that's going to want to trade up based on like what we've heard, that there's only like 10 players rated as first rounders. Like, is somebody really going to trade up to get that at 29 when they can just wait?
Yeah, I agree. I think right now, if we're not talking about Myles Garrett trade, I'll probably put it at 50%, because when I look at the draft, it's not really spread around talently in a sense of like, oh my God, there's a bunch of first rounder guys that you can get. It's more like quality depth guys that can play on day one that can help your football team out. And I think for Washington, looking on day 3, that's where the AP magic comes in. So I'm looking to try to at least get maybe an extra 3rd and definitely get a 4th round pick to see, try to address some of the other needs of spot, because especially with depth on the offensive line, on the defensive line, any spot that can help out and make the football team better.
What's the furthest y'all would trade back? Because y'all higher than me. So like 40, 50, what's the furthest y'all would trade back from 29?
It truly depends on the team. Me personally, I think I'll probably go as far as maybe 40, in the 40s.
Okay.
Yeah, and it depends what else they giving up too, right?
Yeah.
Like the further I move back, the closer I want that second pick to be that you're gonna give.
Yeah.
And remember, Washington could always trade back at another spot. It doesn't have to be in the first round.
It doesn't have to be one. Yeah,
because they did it with
I think he'll do.
They did it with Mikey Seymour still last year, right? Like they traded back to Philly, then got Mikey Seymour still. So you could still be able to get some more picks in the middle rounds there, of course. But obviously that first rounder is going to be the big one. And I wouldn't go like DT. I wouldn't go south of 40. I don't think Washington is in the position to miss out on some of the talent.
Elite talent up there, yeah. Ronald, we talked about Nick. I think we talked about him after Malachi Moore. We didn't have a flyer on him, but we did talk about. Actually, we talked about him a lot. So just kind of when you rewatch it, just kind of go back. We did talk about him. Radar's at a 7. Truth is at 50-50, so he's at 5. Cuddy said 10. He's at a 10. Ronald's at a 2. Vito is at a 5. I would be more confident post free agency. Yeah, we talk about it more. That's gonna make sense. Yeah. George is at a 7. CJ's at a 2. They might want a Jackson. Oh God. Hot take, we get him Miles, but it's going to be after the draft. I would love that. Because I think 27.
What?
27 is projected to be one of the best drafts ever, right? As far as all around talent.
It's some dudes.
27, I think.
There's some dudes in there.
Dustin's at a 6.
You say y'all did quarterback last week? Because I keep seeing this Jackson come up.
Yeah, we did quarterbacks last year.
You were on the show last week, Kyle?
Yeah, I was not here for that portion though. I had to get out of here early at 9:30.
Okay.
I watched Jackson Dart a little bit. I can see why people are saying that this quarterback class is not crazy. So like any floating guy is gonna start getting traction with everybody. I just think he's somebody that is structurally sound, but doesn't really blow you away. But he obviously produced at Ole Miss. They had a very good team and offense this year. Lane Kiffin does make it a lot easier on guys.
Mm-hmm.
I just I wouldn't like you're looking at somebody that's like a backup.
What about Tyler Show out of Louisville?
Out of Louisville, I haven't watched him yet. Oh, but I did want to say this. I think I did say this. Will Howard, I thought he reminded me a lot of like Phillip Rivers in the way he plays, the Ohio State quarterback.
You're the second person that said that within the last 3 hours today.
Really? Why are you looking like that, DT?
Yes. I was in the space earlier.
I was looking at two things. I was looking at one.
This guy said Will Howard is by far the second best quarterback on the board. And
I don't know about that.
He gives his pocket awareness gives him Phillip Rivers. That's what he told me.
Oh, I just
but
like
I thought Will Howard was way more versatile than Phillip Rivers ever was. You know what I mean?
He Phillip Rivers had that like passion, like, and that's what when you see out of Will Howard, like he's a very good passer. When he does run the football, it's not a lot, but like he'll be able to extend things a little bit. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but I just got that Phillip Rivers vibe from him the way that he played, and I like the way that he distributes the ball. I don't think that he's the second best overall quarterback in the class, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. But I really like the guy out of Louisville, though, man. And when you get a chance, and maybe I'll be back on in the coming weeks or whatever, I would love to hear your input on the Louisville quarterback because I'm very high on him, man.
Why, DT? Do you think he's the second best quarterback on the board?
No. I don't think Wells is the second best, but I did believe he improved his draft shot drastically. But I was laughing at because he was like, "Why are we talking about quarterbacks?" I was like,
I can always get off my line. Yeah, Jackson Dock can definitely go to the Blue People for sure. But it's gonna be something in the next couple of weeks. Not next Sunday. Next Sunday I think we're gonna do linebackers, and we may try to fit in D tackles. We was gonna do linebackers today, but as you can see, we an hour and a half just talking about safety. So glad we didn't. So we'll talk about linebackers a little bit next week. The week after that, we're gonna have Ryan Fowler on. So he'll be there. He's gonna be down there for sure. So he's gonna come on and talk about a lot of the prospects that was down there. So yeah, man. So we're gonna do linebackers next week. Might do D tackles next week. It just depends. But I wanted to wait to do running backs, receivers, cornerbacks till after the combine to see what those guys look like. So
those edge defender episode is going to be like 3 hours long.
I know, and I want to wait till the last. Yeah, because it's and the D tackles. Actually, we might not be able to do D tackles with the linebackers because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have some fun with that. DT, what you got coming up this week?
I don't know. Okay, no, for real. If you guys get a chance, go to my page at Darius Ricks. That is the Ins and Out with D podcast. Dropped a couple episodes. Did a pre-free agency idea what to do for the Commanders. I did a mock draft 1.0 on the pod. That was with no trades. Next pod it'll be with a trade, either with Myles Garrett or just traded down. So stay tuned for those episodes. Also, Enter the Lab podcast will be live on Thursday with a special guest for the Combine. We'll be talking while the Combine is going on, talk about some of the things we're expecting.
Some on the O-line talk, man.
I saw that.
Smokey would have loved to have you if you got time.
Let's wait after free agency for offensive line because we don't know what's going to go on there.
Yeah, let's wait that. Wait. Let's wait till the end. That'll be the last show. How about that? Smokey, we love to have you back, brother. For sure. Cal, what you got, Cal? So next week, linebacker, Smokey. Middle linebackers, 4-3 linebackers. not edge rushing linebackers. We're gonna keep them out. We got gonna
Just
do
middle.
this.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. You can find my show, The Burgundy Zone, on any podcast platform. You can find it here on YouTube. We typically during the season we'll have about 2 episodes a week. During the off season, because I'm also doing this, so this is considered my second show of the week. So we're only doing once a week on Sundays. So we record early in the day. But you can follow me on Twitter at The Burgundy Zone. If having 2 kids now, it's really hard for me to upload as much film breakdowns as I was doing in years past. Like I'd be doing 60 to 70 of different prospects.
But hold on, let me cut you off, bro. Like let me show y'all something real quick. Smoke, I gotta add you to the chat, Smokey.
What happened?
Let me show y'all this real quick. I hope y'all can see it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it up right here. I'm gonna put it on the big screen.
Oh, no.
When this guy tells you he don't have time because of the 2 kids. So when you see this, you can imagine what he was doing when he didn't have the 2 kids. This is what he sent us. Hold on, let me get to it. Look at this. look at this. This is when he don't have time.
I did that yesterday. My kids were watching Pokemon, and I was like, I got a couple extra minutes. Let me write this stuff out.
Oh man. All right, y'all. All the listeners out there, man. Please subscribe, like, comment. If you guys have anyone, in the draft that you like, you want us to take a look at, just put it in the comments section. Try to reply to all comments within like a couple of days, depending on time and all that good stuff. Next week we're going to do linebackers. Subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. We appreciate your time. We know it's very valuable for you to spend it with us. We absolutely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.
God bless.